University of Denver, a place where international relationships are really important. But what happens when students travel to another country and they want to communicate with their friends and family back home? Likewise, how do these students communicate with their newfound friends? To answer these questions, we interviewed both American students who studied abroad and foreign students who experienced their study abroad adventure here at DU. Most of them use social media platforms as their primary way to communicate. But how do they define a social media platform?
I feel like social media is more like, you put something out in the open, like on Facebook, you put it out in the open for your friends to see, and with WhatsApp, it's more like you can talk with just one person.
I don't even know if I would say WhatsApp is social media either, now that I'm thinking about it. I think that, in order for it to be social media, you have to have some sort of, means in which to express your message outside of just, words.
According to the respondents, a distinction should be made between a communication platform and a social media platform. However, during the rest of their interview, they seemed to lose this distinction and then use the concept social media platform to talk about the way in which they communicate with other people.
Back home, we use a lot of WhatsApp and Facebook. There's also an app called Line, and my mother uses WeChat because in China, that's their main form of communication, so that's what I use too.
So I use WhatsApp, Facebook, Skype, and FaceTime on my iPhone. From my old friends from London, the people I grew up with, I use WhatsApp mostly because we have a group on there, and actually occasionally I FaceTime one or two of them, but very infrequently. My friends from Glasgow is mostly Skype and Facebook, chat on a few of them, and my family I FaceTime.
While most of the respondents argued that they did not have to change their communication platform upon their arrival in a different country, some of them experienced some small changes.
So Americans like to use text, and I'm not comfortable with that just because I would not check my texts automatically. I would always check my Facebook message if the notification came up, but not my text for some reason. So a lot of my friends know not to text me. They would either call me or Facebook message me.
I was using the WeChat, iMessage, Facebook, WhatsApp, and Twitter. So many social media platforms for me. So I didn't download the Snapchat at the beginning, but then I find everyone uses Snapchat here. So I feel like maybe I should download one, so I just download one.
Finally, you are all settled and used to the new way of communicating if that was necessary. But then comes the next issue. How do you stay in contact with your friends and family back home? Most respondents indicated that it was more of an effort to stay in contact with their friends and family who lived in a different country.
It's kind of hard with the time zone though, working out when they're not at uni, when I'm at uni, and it works usually that when I'm at uni in the afternoon they're going to bed, or when they're at uni during the day I'm still sleeping, so it's a kind of, to organise a FaceTime call is quite hard, and to text it can sometimes be a bit, it'll be we'll send 1 or 2 texts a day and the conversation will be spread across a week.
Because there's the time difference, and I can only call them when they're free at night, and then when it's at noon here, and I don't, also they have work to do, so I can't talk to them every day. I'm gonna talk to them during the weekend. I need to ask them when they're free first, then I can set up a time to talk to them.
Well, apart from before I was texting them every day, I'd see them regularly, so now it's more I Skype them a bit less often, but I get big doses of what's going on. We sort of have to pre-save all the information and then exchange it over a couple of hours on Skype rather than constantly throughout the day finding out what's happening or what's going on.
I find it hard to balance speaking to my friends at home and trying to stay in contact with them and actually having conversations I enjoy, because I don't know about other people, but I find when you're abroad or you're away from them, you kind of have to force conversations a little bit. It's hi, how you doing, what's up, this and that. It's not really, I'm just doing it, not to be polite, but to make sure so I don't want to be rude. I want to stay in contact with them and stuff.
Technology has bridged a gap between cultures here at DU. Without these social media platforms, students would not be able to communicate with each other in and outside of class. Thanks to these apps, students of different backgrounds are able to come together and strengthen their academic and social connections.